What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today we have our very first double barrel shotgun. So this is a Stoeger side-by-side double barrel 12 gauge. Actually, a really nice looking shotgun. So these double barrel shotguns are still very popular for hunting and trap shooting and stuff like that. And some of them have one trigger that you obviously have to press twice to fire both barrels, while others, like this one fortunately, have two triggers that I believe you can press at the same time and fire both barrels simultaneously. And y'all already know we have to try it. I'll go ahead and give you guys one more close-up look at this thing. Like I said, it's actually a pretty nice looking gun. Obviously, like most double barrels, it's got the little lever here that you use to break it open and load your shells or eject the shells. I did put a little recoil pad on the buttstock here, mainly to protect the gun, not my shoulder. You see, I'm a hard man, and shooting both barrels at the same time is probably gonna be pretty rough on the gun, and I didn't want the stock to crack or nothing like that. So this is to protect the gun, not my shoulder. Promise. All right, let's just start with some birdshot and see what this thing feels like. It's a really light shotgun, so I'm probably gonna feel the recoil. Not too bad. Let's see how fast we can go from one trigger to the other and fire both barrels. Pretty nice. Well, it doesn't eject the spent shell casings for you. That's neat. Let's try some double-aught buckshot. Oh yeah. I have a feeling my shoulder's gonna hate me after this one. I've got a paper target up there. Before we start destroying some stuff, I want to shoot both barrels separately and see how far apart they actually hit. We're gonna use some double-aught buckshot for this one. My goal here is to see if you could actually hit two targets at the same time, firing both barrels. So I'm gonna aim right at that number 4 with both of these. Okay, that was our left. They're almost in the exact same spot. She's smoking. And there it is, from probably 10 yards away, those shot patterns are basically on top of each other. So from longer range, you could possibly hit two separate targets, but for the most part, they hit the same spot. All right, let's go ahead and try it. After this, we'll destroy some stuff, but I wanna start with some birdshot and just kinda get the feel for it. You've heard of 2 girls, 1 cup. This is 2 barrels, 1 shot. All right, both barrels at the same time. Here we go. That sounded awesome. Not exactly simultaneous, but they were like a millisecond apart, and it sounded hilarious. Here we go. Here we go. It's kind of tough. I obviously have gloves on. They're really thin gloves, but to do it, you have to put your middle finger there and your index finger there and squeeze at the exact same time. But the recoil actually wasn't that bad. Let's try it again and see if we can get the timing better. There we go. That was perfect. So that felt more like one big gunshot. All right, let's try to take out 2 targets with 1 shot, starting with some 12-ounce sodas, and we're gonna use birdshot for this, don't worry. We're getting ready to step it up to some more powerful stuff, but let's see if we can take these out. They're probably 1.5 inches apart. It looked like the other one survived. Well, we're gonna try it again because one of them survived. It's so hard to pull those triggers at the exact same time, and I feel like the first one is kind of bringing me off target, so let's try it again. There we go. Next up, we got 2 of the biggest cabbages I've ever seen in my life. Let's take them out. For these, I kind of offset them a little bit and put one just in front of the other because when they're side by side, the gap is probably a little bit too big. For this, we're using Slugs, and these are not low recoil slugs. These are full power, and this is gonna hurt. Let's see what it does. Man. We hit both of them, but the one on the right definitely took the majority of the hit. And just to show you guys that I'm not playing a trick on you, both of those slugs did fire. For the pineapples, we'll try some double-aught buckshot. Again, it definitely hit one harder than the other. And of course, it wouldn't be a proper shotgun video if we didn't explode some watermelons. So once again, I offset them just a little bit, one in front of the other, and I moved up a few feet because I really don't want to miss these. And for the watermelons, we're shooting 2 of the most powerful double-aught buckshots that I have. So this should be the most recoil for sure. We're about 5 yards away, if that. By far the most recoil. Good grief. Well, that one didn't survive, but it halfway survived, and the other one got completely vaporized. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this off with a couple mini slugs. 2 barrels at the same time. Oh yeah. I love shooting watermelons, man. That one's smoking. All right guys, before we call it a day on this, I want to try an experiment real quick. So this is a regular 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge shotgun shell. And this monster is a 3.5 inch 12 gauge shotgun shell. And I actually haven't shot one of these in quite a while, mainly because they're not very fun to shoot. In fact, a lot of 12 gauge shotguns don't even accept 3.5 inch shells. It's mostly a 10 gauge thing, but this is the Benelli Supernova, which luckily for us does take 3.5 inch shells. So I want to compare the recoil on a 3.5 inch 12 gauge shell to the double barrel when you shoot both barrels at the same time. And for this, we're gonna use 2 liters. I haven't shot one of these in forever, but I remember it being pretty rough. Yeah. I still think the double barrel is worse, for sure. For this one, we're gonna go slug and double-aught buckshot, which should probably be about the most recoil we can get out of this thing. Definitely more recoil. God. Well, the 3.5 inch looked like it was a better hit on the 2 liter, but the double barrel just straight up decapitated that thing. Well, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Double barrel shotguns are an absolute blast, especially when you shoot both barrels at the same time. The recoil was obviously a lot, but I still think the elephant gun might be harder on the shoulder. It's hard to tell, and at this point, I'm kind of starting to enjoy shooting all these crazy powerful guns. It's just so much fun. But again, I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. I had an absolute blast. If you did like the video, please let me know down in the comments below. And as always, hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.